Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chef Pam and this is Chef'n More. And today we are going to be making spicy, sweet and sour sticky pork. Yes, and if you want to learn how to make all kind of homemade food and dishes the easy and simple way, subscribe so that you won't miss any of my videos and tap that bell so you'll always be notified. We're gonna get started right now. Okay guys, we have boneless pork chops right here. These are center cut, and I'm just going to slice them up really thin because we want our sticky pork to be in strips, and we want thin strips so that it will be really tender and easy to bite. So I'm just cutting each piece in half and then in thirds. And as you can see, this is a really thin strip. So you want to cut everything in thin strips like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and get all of this meat cut up. Then we can move forward from there. Okay, so we are all done cutting up our pork and it's in nice strips. Next, we're going to make our sauce for the meat. Okay guys, I am going to be putting in a half a cup of organic cane sugar. You can use regular sugar. You can also use honey. This is ground ginger that I'm going to be putting in next. And I'm going to put in about a teaspoonful of just ground ginger. You can also use regular ginger that you grate up. Next, I am going to put in garlic. This is minced garlic. You can surely chop up garlic and put it in, but I'm making this quick and easy, and I'm down to the bottom of my jar of this garlic here. And this is probably about a tablespoon of the minced garlic that I'm actually putting into the sauce here. Okay, next we're going to be adding molasses. I'm putting in about a tablespoonful of molasses. This is just regular dark molasses. You can use honey, you can skip this step if you don't like molasses. You can also use maple syrup. I just think that the molasses gives it a nice dark color and a nice richness. All right, guys, yes. Next, we're putting in hot sauce. This is just regular hot sauce. You can put in probably about a tablespoonful, but if you want it to be more hot, put in more. If you like that heat, go ahead, put in a couple of tablespoons. And this is white wine vinegar. I'm also putting in a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. Okay, so now we're going to get this mixed up, and it's going to be kind of thick in the beginning, but don't worry, we've got a few more things to add, and that's going to thin it out as well. But you want to go ahead and combine these first few ingredients. You can use a spoon or a whisk like I'm using. Just make sure that they are well incorporated. Okay, next I'm going to put in soy sauce, guys. This is going to thin it out a little bit. We will be adding water, but that's going to come in a little later. And I'm putting in a tablespoon of soy sauce, and I'm going to go ahead and combine this really well. Just make sure you get it all stirred up. You don't want to have any ingredients left out of the mixture. Okay, guys. Now we're going to season our pork with salt and pepper and get that all rubbed in so that we can get the flavors going on our actual meat. You always want to season in layers. So if you have flour or something, you want to season that. You want to season your meat. You want to season your batter. You want to put seasoning in everything so that you'll have layers and layers of seasoning. And I'm just going to go ahead and massage the salt and pepper in so that it's all over each piece really, really well. Okay guys, now we are ready to cook our meat. I'm using some olive oil, probably about 2 tablespoons is what I'm putting in. My skillet is already warm. I'm going to let the oil heat up a little bit and give it a good swirl so that it will be all over the sides. So as my meat gets over the sides of the skillet, it will be okay and it won't stick. Okay, so I'm going to actually cook this in a couple of batches. I want the pieces to brown. We are going to flip them over. So I don't want to just dump it all in and crowd my skillet. I want my skillet to be full but not overcrowded, so I'll have an opportunity to actually turn each piece over as it gets brown. So I'm just going to keep putting this in until my skillet is full. Okay, I think that does it. Now that side has cooked and I'm flipping it over. You can see that it's nice and brown. Yes, just what we wanted. We want to get that color on it and sear in those seasonings, that salt and pepper that we put on there. We want to make sure it gets a good sear so those seasonings are nice and incorporated into the meat. Okay guys, yes. So now we're all done with that batch. So I'm going to take this out. We're going to put our second batch in and get it cooked up. Then we'll be ready for our sticky sauce. Awesome. Okay guys, got that done. Now let's put the rest of our meat in and get that cooked up as well. All right guys, we are done cooking this meat up. And after I get the meat out guys, I'm actually going to take my wooden spatula and scrape up the bits of meat that's kind of stuck to the bottom of the skillet. We actually want that. We want to get that unstuck so that we can incorporate it with our sauce. And when we put our sauce in, it's actually going to deglaze the bottom of the pan, lifting all of the seasoning and the flavor from the meat up into the sauce. So you just want to kind of give it a good scrape. If you don't have a wooden spatula, you can use a plastic spatula, but do not use a metal spatula. It will scrape up your skillet. Okay, so we have our sauce. I'm adding a 1/4 cup of water. And now we're getting ready to deglaze our skillet. Give it a good stir. Make sure it's well combined. All right, let's get this poured in. Yes, look at that steam, guys. Awesome sauce. Okay, guys, and it's starting to cook. You can see it bubbling up already. That's exactly what we want. We're going to stir this until it bubbles really well. Then we'll be adding our meat. And this has actually deglazed the bottom, so all that you saw on the bottom has lifted up into the sauce, just adding more and more flavor to it. So just keep stirring. You want to keep stirring this because it is very sweet with the sugar in it and the molasses, so it will easily stick to your skillet. So just keep stirring. All right, you can see the bubbles starting to form really well. That means it's also reducing, and that's what we want. Eventually, we're going to reduce this sauce down to no sauce at all, pretty much, and it'll be all attached to the meat. Okay, it's time for us to add our meat because it's bubbling really well. Okay, get all of that good meat in there. And now you just want to stir it up and continue to have it on a medium-high heat and let it reduce. You need the sauce to reduce in order for it to get all over the meat and stick to the meat and become sticky as well. So we're just going to keep stirring this here until we are done. Yes. Okay, you can see that it has reduced down some right here, and you can tell when your sauce is starting to reduce down because you can see it sticking to the spoon a little bit, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, we are just about done here. As you can see, it's really sticking to the spoon now, and you can look and tell that it's incorporated into the meat, and it has reduced down quite a bit. We're going to just let this reduce down just a tad bit more. You can see the thickness, and that's good. That's exactly what we want, guys. Awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, guys, as you can see, the liquid has reduced down and it's just sticky sauce now. And that's what we want. We now have our spicy, sweet, and sour sticky pork. Okay, let's get this plated. I have some rice here. And guys, if you want to know how to cook the rice in a pot, I have the link right above. Please click on that and check that video out on how to make your rice nice and fluffy and perfect every time without watching the pot forever. Okay, so I'm just going to put my rice around the rim of the inside of the plate. I like to plate it this way, guys, because I don't need a full plate of rice, and then I can put everything else in the middle. Okay, yes. So you can feel free to plate any way you want, but I'm going to go ahead and just finish plating this up. And these are just some steamed vegetables. These are just basic steamed vegetables. It's carrot, cauliflower, broccoli. I just steamed them in the pot, that's all. And now we're going to top it with our spicy, sweet, and sour sticky pork. Yes. Okay, guys, just want to put it right on top, right in the center. Okay. We are just about done here. As soon as I get through plating this, we are done and we can dig in and eat. Awesome sauce. Okay, guys, I think we are just about done. Yes. Take a look, guys. Doesn't that look yummy? Okay. We are done, guys, and this is the finished product. This is our spicy, sweet, and sour sticky pork over rice and mixed steamed veggies. Yes. And guys, if you like these how-to videos, consider supporting me over on Patreon. I have the link in the description as well as right here. Check out my merch. Here's the link to that too, and it's also in the description. Guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me some comments. Tap the bell so you'll always be notified. And give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.